What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Randy here with RTS Mobile Gaming, bringing you another awesome video today. We are playing the Lord of the Rings Rise to War, and in today's video, we're doing a stress test theory crafting build for Cirdan. Ladies and gentlemen, Cirdan is one of the new commanders who was added back in Season 3. Elven commander here, really optimized for the Noldor longshot units from the Lindon faction. However, I have decided to use him for a melee type elven unit build for some theory crafting here today. So get excited, here we go. Now, first things first, let's talk about the gear. Okay, the gear, we're going to be running typical purple gear. We're going to be running the Cutlass with melee might, okay, with his Respect 5 tree. With his Respect 5 tree maxed out, you are able to gain ability to use any equipment in the game, which is fantastic, okay? The chest piece is going to be a Scout's Mail. You really want speed with this build. We'll talk about why in just a second. So all of my gear will be very speed-centered. As you can see, I'm just under 400 total speed with Cirdan, okay? Helmet. All right. This purple helmet, Madness immunity is going to be super duper key. You can also use anti-stun. It's up to you, but really we're here to get anti-CC and plus speed, ladies and gentlemen. And lastly, the accessory. This one, you know, you could use the Drums of War for a little bit higher unit damage. I happen to be using this particular Fiddle of the Eldest just to gain some more speed for my commander and give my army a little bit of stats as well, okay? But it's really up to you. So, skill-wise, right? Well, let's talk about skills. Before we talk about skills, let me actually jump to units. So unit-wise, we're running the Keepers. Okay, the Keepers are super strong. They have the ability to deal bonus damage when there's only one unit left in the enemy march. So basically, once you kill one of the units or two of the units and there's one left, you will gain enormously higher damage for the rest of the fight. Also, you will be able to deal 50% of your damage, again, as a focus impact, which is not mitigated by defense. So this gives the Keepers a unique edge. If you're not fighting someone who has focus resistance, you will deal enormously high bonus damage. Keepers themselves are already high DPS units at 20 to 25 damage, so this makes them very, very powerful, all right? And they are elves, which is very important. The elven part is very, very important now. Why do we care if they're elves? Well, with the bottom R0 tree called Teleri, okay, this gives his elven units a 30% chance of triggering a bonus damage on every single attack or damage dealt, okay? This is bonused by the speed stat, hence why I'm running a massively speedy build, okay? This massively speedy build is going to trigger somewhere around 125 to 135 damage percent bonus from Teleri 30% of the time, giving my army a huge damage bonus, okay? In addition, we've got the outflank, which means I'll deal bonus damage to enemy range units, okay? In addition to that, if I drop to the upper R0 tree, White Council, I'll have damage mitigation, but the Champion of Light will give me enormous damage against enemy orcs, Uruk-hai, and trolls. So if I'm fighting against an enemy who's running orcs, Uruk-hai, or trolls, and ranged, I'm getting another 40% damage. Isn't that crazy? So that all combines very nicely with the Shipwright ability, okay? For the first 5 rounds of the fight, my units have a 75% chance to gain either follow-up, evasion, clear or debuff, or pursuit for their auto attacks for the first 5 rounds. Of course, we want the follow-up to be there or cleansing the debuff. Those are the 2 most valuable skills, but no matter what, all 4 of these are very nice to have, okay? So, let's get right into it and see how this performs. I am fighting against an enemy Frodo and Sam level 50. They are running ranged units here, so I'll gain that 14% bonus damage from ranged. However, they're not running orcs, Uruk-hai, or trolls, so I won't gain a bonus from Starlight. And I won't gain a bonus from the Keeper's 50% damage because there's 2 units in this army. So let's see. This will be a good test for Cirdan against a double unit enemy, okay? See how it plays out. I'm expecting significant damage and pew-pew, okay? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Absolutely smoked. Let's see how that played out in the real world. All right, here we go. into round 1, ladies and gentlemen. The keepers triggered avoidance. Okay, they did not trigger a double strike. They triggered avoidance. But look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I did trigger Teleri with 125% damage bonus. I just hit these Watchmen for 45,000 damage. And then I smacked them in the face with my enchanted weapons for another 20,000 damage, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. White Council keeping me alive. Very, very nice. Okay, into round 2, ladies and gentlemen. I now trigger a cleanse, which was unnecessary. That's okay. Oh my goodness, the Bone Knights just dodged 2 attacks. Oh my goodness. Okay. I wish I triggered avoidance pursuit buff for that round, huh? Oh my goodness, here we go. More dodges. I did get a follow-up, which means I get 2 attacks this round. So the first attack has hit the Bone Knights. They dodged the auto attack, then they get hit by the focus damage. The second attack, I killed the Dale Watchman with my auto attack, and now only the Bone Knights are remaining. Now that only the Bone Knights are remaining, I will gain this 50% damage bonus, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to punch the Bone Knights directly in their face for 43,932 damage. Okay? Enchanted weapons for another 12,500. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And that is called an enormous amount of damage in a very short time. Okay? So yes, this build, guys, is going to be crazy. Okay? And you have the option of moving 7 points out of Starlight and into High Alert if you wanted. You could move 7 of these points into High Alert to give yourself that enormous elemental damage resistance that a lot of these good faction commanders with White Council are very well known for, okay? So, you may decide, maybe I don't need 14% damage to range, maybe I don't need 28% damage to Orc or Higher Trolls, although I would keep this. I mean, when you do hit one of these marches, it's like a landslide. It just absolutely dominates them. But otherwise, you could just move these points up and be good to go. So, thank you for watching, folks. I've had a lot of fun messing around with Cirdan over the past hour or two here this morning. You know, they've been fantastic, and I really don't have any complaints so far, other than the fact that I wish I could use my full 80-unit march with Cirdan instead of 55 units. So keep that in mind. You are looking at a Cirdan who only is using 55 command, right? That's what you're looking at right now. So I just want you to think about that for a minute, because he is not using a full march, okay? And this report didn't go as well as my previous report, probably because Oathbreakers take reduced damage from physical. But just keep in mind, right? This is with a partial march. Imagine the damage nuke that will happen when there's a full march here. Just imagine, here we go, 30,000 damage. This is just regular auto attacks, okay? 30,000 damage with 5,400 keepers. Boom. Then we go to the next here. I got Pursuit. Ooh, see, the Oathbreakers took significantly reduced damage here, and then I hit him with the focus damage. Here in round 3, I gained a follow-up. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. 130% speed. Look at that, guys. Woo! 38,000 damage. And then another 28,000 damage on top of that, guys. 66,000 damage. Pew, pew. Oh, my goodness. Just melting the enemy, folks. Just melting the enemy. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, listen, you've seen a couple reports now. You've seen the interesting amount of damage that you can deal with these keepers. It's absolutely insane. I love you long time. Randy out.